In the house here at Madison Square Garden, we have undefeated Terence Crawford going up against Hammerin Lundy. Also in the house, we have undefeated Felix Verdejo, who will also be in the card. This is Saturday, February 27th at the theater at Madison Square Garden. It'll be broadcast live on HBO.
This year's a special year. It's a special year because this is Bob Arum's 50th year in the sport. 50 years, 1966. So there is no better place to start with this magnitude than right here. This building, I'm not sure, is 50 years old. And when you come to New York, it has a special feel to it. The fans are special, and everybody that comes here becomes that much more relevant. And everybody can touch it. This is a microcosm of what America is all about. This is the melting pot of the world. Coming out of Puerto Rico has been a wonderful place for us, starting back in 2000. In 1999, when Oscar and Felix fought, we saw the incredible interest that Puerto Rico had, and we've used it as a wonderful platform. But I don't think anyone that we've seen since 2000 has really captivated the attention of people on the island as much as Felix Verdejo. So I'd like to introduce the next superstar from Puerto Rico, Felix Verdejo, and his manager, Ricky Marquez.
Buenas tardes a todos. Quiero darle las gracias a Dios primero que nada y a la compañía Torran por darme otra oportunidad de estar aquí nuevamente.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank God and the company Top Rank for being here. Maybe we'll need a translator for the translator.
Nada, estamos preparados para una buena pelea como siempre y traerle alegría a mi país y a las personas que me apoyan en este lugar, Nueva York.
I'm ready to bring happiness to my country and to all the people who follow me, and we're ready to go on this venue.
Y nada, ya yo le he dicho todo, y no me gusta hablar mucho, sino entrenarme fuerte y demostrar en el ring. Y nada, espero que Silva venga preparado para el 27 de febrero y nada, que tengan bonito día.
I don't like to talk too much. I just want to train hard and show it in the ring. And I just hope that Silva works hard and comes really ready for to give a good fight for the fans on the 27th of February. Thanks a lot.
And don't ever judge a fighter by their record. Lundy has been in with everybody. People thought that he was beating Delorme or Herrera, and he is a top quality fighter. He has been handled by Jimmy Birchfield, who has been in the boxing business for many years, and all of us in the sport really appreciate the efforts that Jimmy and promoters like him can really do in developing fighters like Hank. So at this point, I'd like to introduce Jimmy Birchfield.
This fight, I don't know, Todd. I'm thinking everybody's looking at Hank Lundy as an underdog, or this is your second and third choice. We're not coming here as an underdog. Don't underestimate that. We're coming here to take the belt back to Philadelphia. That's why we're coming here.
Thank Madison Square Garden, Peter from HBO, Jimmy Birchfield, Top Rank, Team Crawford. But listen, y'all, it's showtime, baby. It's not just showtime, it's hammer time. You know, the 27th, February, we're going to come and put on a show. We're going to do what we do. And Terence, listen, you can laugh. Excuse my French. I'm on your ass. And this is real. This is real. All laughs out the door. I'm on your ass. I'm going to tell you this, man. Listen, I think a little bit of that possum stew been getting to your damn head. But listen, up here, it's real up here. I already got you out your comfort zone. Listen, it's war. It's war. You fought the Norme. I beat the brakes off him. Had a man running around the ring. You know what I mean? Well, listen, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I'm a street guy, too. The streets out there. We can take it to the streets. And you don't want none of that. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? You talking because your people right here. But back to what I'm saying. Listen, fight night is going to be a hell of a show. And I'm guarantee I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take this man belt. He never seen nobody that had the same tools as him. You know, southpaw, you know, right-handed, speed, punching power. It's on. It's showtime. And I guarantee, fight night, I'm going to break you. I'm going to break your will. You coming to the East Coast, homie. This shit ain't no game. No game. No game. I want you to get this in your head. You be funny all you want. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. It's going to be bad. And that's all I'm going to say. I want y'all to come out and enjoy a great fight. But Philly, Jersey, Boston, we all going to be in here. And listen, one thing for sure, the guard knew what they was doing by picking Hammer and Hank, because they know this bum can't sell the place out. Let's be serious. You know what I mean? He can't sell nothing out. But Hammer and Hank going to sell everything out. You know what I mean? We going to show up and show out.
And big part of Terence's career is a tribute to Brian, both as a co-manager and a trainer. I'd like to introduce Brian McIntyre.
His record is, let's see here. Hank is 26-5 with one draw. He won his last fight. And Hank, I will say, man, you was winning that fight with Herrera. And your man said that he had to go, Herrera had to go in the back to get his eye stitched up. That was from the head, but let's get that clear. It wasn't for no punch. We want to go down and his next fight after that, before that was Thomas Delorme. We seen that fight, you know. And this is what baffles me about fighters and their managers and their trainers. See, I know what Terence gonna do. I've been with him from day one. That's since he was 7. That's 20 years, bro. That's 20 years, okay? 21? That's 21 years. So I know what he gonna do. I know what he gonna eat. I know when he gonna go to the bathroom. I know what day he gonna drive what car. You know, I know everything about Terence. I know the kids, family, everything. So, as he said that he was beating up Delorme. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You was losing, dog. You know that. You did come back, though. You did come back, but you needed help. You needed somebody to coach you in the corner to get up. Barry Hunter and Mike Stratford try to get you up. Come on, man, let's come back. You got dog in you. I don't have to do that to him because his dog already in him when he come out. I know that for sure, okay? See, that's a doubt when he get in the ring. That's doubt. You don't have no confidence in yourself. Another thing I do notice about you, you switch coaches from time to time. That's inconsistency, bro. That's along with your chin. Your chin is inconsistent. When he was losing against John Molina, what'd he do? He got stopped. Because of what? His chin. So, listen, man. I respect you again. No disrespect. I'm just stating the obvious. But the obvious is you will get your ass kicked. I bet you that. I put 10,000 on that. I bet you I do. Let's go. Pull out your money. All right, that's what I thought. Thank you.
But I remember when, in the last minute, there was a fight that we were going to put on a show, and it was all of a sudden Terence and his team said, I want Prescott. We'll take it. We want that fight. I said, well, this guy just knocked out Amir Khan. Now, we'll take it. Let's go. And Terence, every step of the way, he said, I want to be in the big leagues. I want to be a big-time fighter. I'm going to step up and fight everybody out there, including going to England and winning the title, including coming to, then coming home to, I hate to tell you, there was, I think, about 13,000 people there, so he did sell some tickets, and then knocking out Gamboa. So Terence has had this meteoric rise, but we can all predict, like, it was Brian, it was Cameron, it was Top Rank, but the truth is that comes from within, and he's delivered every step of the way. So I'd like to introduce the 2014 Fighter of the Year, WBO two-time champion, Terence Bud Crawford.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for blessing me with the talent, the skills to be here today. like to thank Top Rank, HBO, for putting the show here in New York. My coaches, Brian, Saul, Red, Hard Jaw, everybody that's with Team Crawford. I'd like to thank everybody. I'm happy to be fighting here on Broadway. It's going to be an exciting day, February 27th. Now, let's get to Hank. Everybody know you, Hank. You like the boy that cried wolf. You always woofing. You talk a good game, and then when you lose, it's some extra little, oh, well, you know, it's me. Hank, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You ain't going to do shit. You talk about how street you is. That's talking, boy. We know about you. We done heard about you getting socked up in the gym and shit, ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? You can smile all you want. You can talk all you want. But for real, though, when you look at me in my eyes, like for real, though, like I'm about that mess, though. You heard about me. You heard my background. You heard my background, though. We ain't heard nothing about Hank. We just hear you talking. We just hear you talking. We just hear you talking. You the loudest person in the crowd. How you move in silence? Shut up, boy. You the loudest person in the crowd. You pull him up. You pull him up. Come and pull him up. Come and pull him up. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You can talk all that stuff to all them other fighters, but this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Trust me. Trust me. This ain't it. This ain't it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep my pants how they is until you touch them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm going to clown you. But I like to thank everybody that came. Show their support. You know, having a little fun with Hank. You know what I mean? He ain't playing. He for fake. He just playing. Shout out to your coaches, though. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. I think I seen y'all in the amateurs. You know what I mean? When I was in the United States Nationals. When Hank was getting beat up. Yeah, you remember that, Hank? Yeah, boy. You thought I forgot. I remember all that. I remember all that, man. He lost in the Nationals. If you was there in the USAs and all them, he lost. Hank, did you win the Nationals? Hank, did you win the Nationals? All right. I was just. I was there. I was there. I was there. I was there. Huh? You got like what, 200, 300? Hell no, I only got 60 amateur fights. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. 60. 60. 60. Hey, so thanks everybody for coming. I'm gonna put on a spectacular show come February 27th. You know, I'm gonna hit him in his mouth, and he gonna end up like Gene, and he gonna get what he looking for. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I was going to think about that. How are we going to do a face-off? I mean, we could like put the pictures. We can figure all this out. No, honestly, you know, these guys are having fun, and they all know that you can talk all you want, you can do all you want, but come Feb 27th, that's when you got to deliver. And we really appreciate everybody coming out. Like I said, what's next is right here. So we'll see everybody Feb 27th. Thank you.
In the house here at Madison Square Garden, we have undefeated Terence Crawford going up against Hammerin Hank Lundy. Also in the house, we have undefeated Felix Verdejo, who will also be in the car. This is Saturday, February 27th at the theater at Madison Square Garden. It'll be broadcast live on HBO.
Pues estoy muy bien, gracias a Dios, no hay dolor, no hay molestia, ya estamos ready de la mano y contento con poder hacer todo en el gimnasio como se debe.
Yeah, well, what I asked him was, how's his hand? Because of the fact that his hand has been severely injured, he says it's okay, it's fine, it's coming back on, and I feel very strong.
Sí, claro, como todo boxeador profesional aspira a ser campeón mundial. Nada, el día que me dé la oportunidad y estemos preparados mental, físicamente, así lo haremos.
He wants to get rid of the Latino championship and fight for a real, legitimate world title.
With us, Hammerin Hank from Philadelphia. Hey, you know, you're from a big city there. Tell us a little bit about being here in New York City.
Oh man, I love New York. You know, man, I love the warm welcome. You know, especially when I fight. You better be sure the fans gonna be in the garden showing Hammerin Hank some love and support.
Now, Terence Crawford feels maybe that you talk a little too much and that he's going to take you out. Your feelings on this?
Listen, I ain't got underneath the cat skin already, man. You're going to see a great show, you know, on February 27th. Hammerin Hank going to become the new WBO World Champ.
And what Hammerin Hank are we going to see? Tell us about what style you're working on now.
Oh, man, you listen, I can't put it out there, but you're going to see a masterpiece, you know. You've been seeing little clips of me here and there, little blemishes, but you're going to see the complete masterpiece come, you know, February 27th in Madison Square Garden. You're going to see the Picasso of Hammerin Hank Lundy win the WBO World title.
And say a shout out to all your fans.
Shout out to all my Hank Lundy fans. Y'all already know where to hit me at. Hammerin Hank, everything across the board on Twitter, Instagram, you know, Facebook. You know, come show me some love. And I might be sitting in your living room waiting to fight. Hammer time.
Hammer time. Thank you. Good
no
luck.
problem. Thank you. I took on a challenge, you know. Like they say, you know, I got the better record, you know. What else? My record speaks for itself, you know, and I'm going in there to show the world that, you know, the 27th Hammerin Hank is coming. The Madison Square Garden, and I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out and I'm going to be world champ. Mark my words.
Is there a pressure on you because you're carrying the name Hammerin Hank and you got to live up to that pressure?
Well, that's a good question. You know, he was one of the, you know, the greats, you know,
Absolutely.
And that's where I got the name from. It's actually no pressure because you got to think about it. When you live this and you really do it, it just didn't start in a boxing ring. It started in the streets of Philadelphia, fighting. I always used to fight, so it ain't nothing new to me. And getting in this ring, that's just a safe way to stay out of jail, you know. You know, because you think about it, if I was on the street fighting, I'd be in jail from knocking somebody out. So why not do it and get paid, you know, and get a world title and be world champ? And that's what I'm going to be, and that's what I'm going to do.
So after you win this title, you intend to clean up the 140s and then maybe move up?
Oh, most definitely. You know, everybody, you know, that is champ out there, I want. You know, I want them, you know. It ain't no run. If you move up to 47, I'm coming right behind you. You know, I'm that type of fighter, man. I live this. I die it, man. Listen, this me. You know what I mean? Hammerin Hank Lundy.
Do you use the fact that you're coming in as an underdog as motivation, that some of the fans may not have gotten up for this fight, thinking that Crawford should have gotten a bigger opponent to be more of a test? You're an underdog in this fight. Are you okay playing that role?
Man, listen, this underdog been my whole career. Y'all remember when I fought at Josie, right? 31 wins, 1 loss. He fought Matisse, had a war. He was giving Matisse work until he got stopped. What did Hammerin Hank do? What did they say? A Josie said, if he want to box, we can box. If he want to brawl, we can brawl. You know, it's all about me. Everybody counted me out. What did Hammerin Hank came in there and do? Shut him down every round. It wasn't even close. Matisse struggled with him. What I do? I ate him up. The same thing. The world, go ahead. You know what I mean? Count me out. I'm a lesser opponent. Keep on thinking that. Watch the dog, you know what I mean? Watch the dog come out and fight tight, man. I mean, most of these guys, they ain't been through what I've been through in this ring, man. I'm ready, man.
How different are you from 2 years ago?
Oh, a lot different. I'm back to the old Hammerin Hank, the old Hammerin Hank that people love, ring generalship, moving around the ring, fast hands. But now, the only thing I added is punching power.
My final question, is there a rematch clause if you do win that title?
I hope so, because this time I could take it in Nebraska and whoop his ass in Nebraska. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come to your whole town, you know, and shake up the party. You know what I mean?
Hammerin Hank here has no battle plan, I assume, from what you're saying. So when you go into the ring, you're going straight for him and sort of confuse him because there's no battle plan for Hammerin Hank.
Well, you know, it's never a battle plan for me. Listen, to emulate me, you got to have like 10 guys to emulate Hammerin Hank, baby. But, you know, we do have a game plan, and we're going to follow it. You know, we're going to do what we do. You know, I can't put it out there, but fight night, y'all gonna sit back and say, wow, we didn't know Hank could do that.
You feel like you got to win by knockout, seeing as how you've been jobbed on the scorecards before?
Well, at the end of the day, that's always in the back of your head. But with me, no. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to display my God-given talent and I'm going to do me. And I guarantee, my hand's going to be raised, at the end of the night. And new world champ, WBO World Champ.
Danny Jacobs' victory and against Peter Quillen. And what did you think about the stoppage? What are your thoughts about hurting somebody in the stoppage?
It was right on point. It's like right now in boxing, a lot of, damage is being done. Richard Colon, he got hurt, paralyzed. So the referee is his job, to step in and call it. Nobody needs to get hurt in this sport. It's a gladiator sport. We put our bodies through hell to get in there to bash each other, to be world champ. So Danny Jacobs, overcoming cancer, it's a miracle. He came in there, did his thing. I remember him in the amateur. What's up, homie? Kid Chocolate met you before, put on an excellent fight, and I think it was the right, stoppage. Peter Quillen will come back stronger than ever before,
So this week is just letting the people know that Hammerin Hank is on the scene, and Hammerin Hank is going to take over the Garden, and Hammerin Hank is going to walk away with a W.
Yes, sir. Listen, you said it all. I ain't
Did I describe it? Did I describe it perfectly?
Listen, me and you need to switch places. You already said everything. I don't need to say no more. It's showtime. That's all I need to say. It's showtime and it's hammer time at Madison Square Garden, baby.
Good.
With this Terence Crawford, undefeated, all the way from Nebraska. Now, how's it feel to be in a big city here?
It feels good to be in a big city on Broadway.
And tell us a little bit about Hammerin Hank Lundy.
He talked too much.
You seem to be a man of few words. So what's going to be your strategy in there?
Just be myself. That's it.
And tell us a little bit about your style for those that might not know as much about you.
Go to HBO On Demand, type in Terence Crawford, and then that's going to give you a little intake, or you go to YouTube and type in Terence Crawford, and that's going to bring up some fights, and you can see what Terence Crawford really about.
And tell us about your trainer and your training.
Oh, man, my training is going great right now. We just started training camp, and we're looking forward to February 27th.
Okay. And what do you think? Do you ever think about hurting somebody? It's a hurt game, and about the referees.
It's a business. It's a business. I'm not in it to hurt anybody. I'm just in it to win it.
In it to win it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck, and say a shout out to your fans.
Shout out to all my fans in Omaha. I know they coming to support me. And shout out to this dude right here. His name is Felix. All my team.
Tell me a little bit about this fighter.
Terence, he's the best fighter in the world.
He's the best fighter in the world?
Yeah, he can do everything. Nobody can fight like him.
Thank you.
Just working on me.
You ever watched him just as a boxing
Yeah,
fan?
I watched him fight before.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of boxing.
And your thoughts were?
He's average.
He's average.
He can box a little bit, but that's when you fight different people with different type of skills and mindset, then you fight another person with a higher skill set and mindset, then it's going to be a whole totally different fight in the ring. I don't ever look at fighters like, oh, he did this against this fighter, because styles make fights, and I'm not the same fighter that he was fighting in this previously fight. So I just work on bettering myself, work on trying to capitalize on something that he does wrong.
Are you you're in the 140? You want to dominate the 140, clean it up before you move up to 47 because you're getting big?
Right. Well, that's my main goal right now is unify at 140, and then in the future move up when I can no longer make 140.
So whatever he says is just cheap talk. Talk is cheap. I mean, he says he got a half a dozen different styles to approach you, to beat you, defeat you, and come that day, he's going to walk home with the title.
If that's what he believes in, everybody is entitled to believing in what they want to believe in. But come the 27th, it's going to be a totally different thing in that ring.
fighters work on battle plans. You have one or two or three. Is that how you set yourself up to get ready for a fight? Plan A or plan B or plan C to make sure that everything works out?
I always got a plan for a plan. If this don't work, then I adjust. If that don't work, then I adjust. And I think that's what separates me from other fighters.
Is that what you did when you fought the lightweight, Jambo,
Right.
where you switched from right hand to left hand and then you were able to beat him because he was giving you such a hard time with the right hand?
Right.
So that you were able to adjust as you went along.
Right.
But you mentioned a lot of great fighters that you watched growing up. You watched a lot of old fights. Is there one older fighter in particular that you try to emulate or style that you try to emulate in the ring?
Not really. You know, I used to just see something that a great fighter would do that was good and try to put it in my arsenal. You know, try to take little bits and pieces out of each fighter and create my own style.
Where are you training at? Where? Oh, Colorado Springs. How's it there?
It's good right now. You know, it's warmer than here. And here it's warmer than Omaha, so it's a plus.
It's pretty high altitude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up there. Do they do some of the Olympic trials?
Right, Olympic Training Center.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Surprisingly enough, you're not fighting in Omaha. Why did you change the battle to come here in New York City?
It's not me changing anything. They picked the venue and we just went along with it. I only fought in Omaha 3 times. You know, but everybody think that I didn't fought there my whole professional career.
I mean, because the place is packed when you're fighting. But is it a good thing for you now to spread your talents and your worth all over? So, you know, of course, it's the Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, fighting in the East Coast and then West Coast, then Midwest, then South. That's gonna get my fan base, you know, everywhere. And that's what we're looking for to doing.
Congrats to you on your
God bless.
All right, next time winning that wrestling tournament.
I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Madison Square Garden. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.